Special thanks to Drac, Keagan, VA, and Ghost of Time 1 for their voices of Starlight, Glimmer, and Sunburst. This recap is dedicated to the memory of Israel Kamakawiwo'ole, Brother Is.
I can't believe this adventure is going to be over soon.
Oh?
I've done a lot since earning that pink heart of courage, Sunburst.
I'm proud of you, Starlight. Ever since you've admitted to your own errors, you've become a much better pony.
Well, it's not like I'm going to create a new spell and become an alicorn. Like that's gonna happen.
Careful, you might jinx yourself.
Well folks, here we are again at the end of another season of My Little Pony. As I stated in the mid-season review, the team at My Little Pony did a better job with the theme of this season, family. But they also threw in yet another theme, the Legends of Magic. I thought the expansion of Equestria's past was a rather nice touch, showcasing characters we've never seen before. If anything, this means there's still parts of Equestria waiting to be opened up. Speaking of which, this season also felt like a nod to the characters outside the main six. Characters that I think either needed the extra attention or appeared right out of nowhere. One character that I was glad got some more screen time was Zecora. This is a character that I thought was neglected in the last couple of seasons. But the one character I didn't expect was Iron Will. I mean, who knew that Minotaur would show up in a place I would least expect? And on the flip side, I actually did enjoy the Equestria Girls Specials. A nice break from the usual Equestria Girls films, though they do have their own flaws. But despite that, it was still a nice change of pace for the spin-off franchise of My Little Pony. Though we now know there will be a YouTube series for Equestria Girls at least sometime next year. Sorry folks, no recaps on those. I do have two concerns. My first one was that this season had even less songs than the last season, only a measly 5. I know a lot of the music was used towards the movie, but it just doesn't feel right. I mean, songs and My Little Pony are nearly inseparable, and having a season with the least amount just felt a little bit unorthodox. And my other concern is the fact that the episodes have released earlier than their American dates. They have aired in Canada, Brazil, and even in Russia earlier than America. And there's that stupid leak that occurred earlier this month. I mean, who actually leaked all those episodes? Seriously? And I gotta talk more about the My Little Pony movie. Even though the movie got mixed reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, this is one of those examples where I enjoyed it more than most others, just like the Power Rangers film. Heck, it felt a lot like an expansive, fun, over-the-top season finale. Though I wish it was possible to bring characters like Kappa into the series. That cat was a cool cat nonetheless. Anyway, I actually have a lot of favorite episodes this season, more than the last couple of seasons, so this time, we're gonna do my own top 10 My Little Pony episodes of Season 7. Number 10, Not Asking for Trouble. Number 9, It Isn't the Main Thing About You. Number 8, Celestial Advice. Number 7, Triple Threat. Number 6, To Change a Changeling. Number 5, Discordant Harmony. Number 4, Fame and Misfortune. Number 3, Once Upon a Zeppelin. Number 2, A Royal Problem. And the number 1 favorite episode of Season 7, The Perfect Pair. As I look at the end of the season, I realize I had a lot of fun with doing recaps this year, especially in a more music video style format. Who knows, I may do one more year of recaps with Season 8 next year. Besides, I don't think I'll be shying away from My Little Pony anytime soon. If anything, it's gonna be a long time before I retire from this franchise. Well, that and Star Wars as well. I mean, it's really hard to get away from that galaxy far, far away.
Hey, Sunburst, ever wonder if we do have a lot in common?
Starlight, we have much more in common than you may realize. Don't worry about it.
I just fear we might have more of an uncommon bond.
Okay, this one's for Gabby. of dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I? Well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I'll watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, why, oh, why can't I?
That was actually the most heartwarming episode of the season, and I ain't kidding. Even after all she's been through as a character, it's obvious that Starlight Glimmer still has some growing up to do. Her anxiety in this episode is all part of her own personal worry, and it does remind me of my own anxieties. But if she wasn't anxious, she would be a Mary Sue right about now. But still, I feel real sorry for the young mare for what she's been through in this episode. Also, I'm really glad they gave Sunburst a day in the limelight, finally expanding more on his character, that little nerd. And it seems that he and Starlight do have a lot in common, anxieties. It was also great to see both Trixie and Maud again this season, proving my own theory that My Little Pony is becoming an ensemble franchise. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we don't need to focus on the main six all the time. Uncommon Bond is that one episode is both subtle and heartwarming, something that connects hearts together as one. And personally, if this was in my top 10 for this season, it would knock Once Upon a Zeppelin and Below down a peg, turning it into a top 11. Still, it's one of those episodes that help expand on characters outside the main six in an awesome way. Now it's really gonna feel weird to transition from the theme of Ganon to the Triforce Get theme. I mean, how many perfect scores did I give for this season? 6? Okay, here's the deal, folks. Next weekend, we will not have a recap of Shadowplay. That will be in December as my final video of 2017. Instead, I will create a music video to celebrate the end of Season 7. Also, I have already promised to do a recap of The Return of Harmony in November. This is one recap I wanted to do long ago, but I didn't get around to doing so. There's also going to be a few more recap flashbacks between now and before the release of Star Wars The Last Jedi. By the way, just like with the recap of To Where and Back Again, there will be movie reviews built within the recap of Shadowplay. This time we're aiming for 2, Disney's Robin Hood and Disney's Bambi. Finally, our second to last recap this year is going to be the 1986 My Little Pony movie. Anyway, I'm signing out of this week's recap. Catch you all later!